Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Brian, and this right here is my C5 Corvette, my project car. I've been working on this car for a while. If you've been following my channel, you know that I've replaced a lot of parts just to prevent anything from happening. Things that you will always have to replace whenever you buy a car. So that's what I did. I have some other things that I will have to replace, and that's what this video is going to be about. I have a bad AC belt tensioner. It's making a really bad noise. And also I have a bad harmonic balancer. Look. And it's making noise, it's wobbling, and that's not good because eventually that will mess up my timing chain cover, or it can mess up the steering rack. I don't want that to happen. So before it gets even worse, I'm gonna be replacing it. This is the first time that I'm gonna be doing something like that in a car. I've seen cars with that harmonic balancer, you know, wobbling really bad. I never thought that was going to be a problem, but apparently on this Corvette with this engine LS1, it's a known issue that you will have to, you know, take care of it before something really bad happens. I've been looking for a lot of advices before deciding to replace the harmonic balancer, and I've seen people replacing it with the really expensive harmonic balancers, really expensive ones. They go around from 100 all the way to 500. So in my case, I bought just a stock one. I bought it on Amazon. It cost me $75. On top of that, I've bought everything that I'm gonna need to do this job, just in case I will have to do something like that in the future. I already have, you know, the tools to do that. And also I'm gonna be replacing the seal, the front seal, the bolt. It has to be a new bolt, and I'm gonna be replacing the AC belt tensioner. So I hope that you enjoyed the video, and let's start with this. I'm gonna start taking everything apart.
I saw it coming. I guess it had to be done. Our love was fading.
All right. We remove this. I'm ready to remove the sway bar. I just need to unbolt this one and this one right here, and they should be out.
Crazy. Grab my hand and I'll show you funny.
So the next step is remove the alternator so I can have access to that bolt, which is the steering shaft. And then after that, I'm going to remove those lines from the power steering gearbox. I want to give you a little tip. I'm actually marking everything, so whenever I need to torque them back to specs, it will be way easier for me. I'm doing that with all the bolts. This will be for the cross member. I have 4 bolts that I had to loosen them up, but before doing that, I will start removing these ABS thing, and that is attached to those 4 bolts. So I'm getting to the complicated part. Wish me luck. Alright guys, the rack is out. I made it. It wasn't that bad. I thought it was gonna be way worse, but honestly, with the videos that I've been following, it's been easier because they're giving me the right steps, which I'm gonna give you right now. After removing the alternator, what I did, I removed the bolt that was right there in the steering shaft. I did that. Then after that, I started removing the bolts from the ABS thing, this one. So I removed 5 bolts. One of them was holding the steering rack. Top bolt, this bolt, I put it in there and that hold so it won't move and stay up. I also remove this steering line that goes bolted on those little bolts. I'm putting everything, all the bolts back into its place. And then after that, I started removing the cross member. We're gonna have to unbolt all the bolts all the way down. So it's just to move the cross member. So now I'm going to do whatever it takes to remove that bolt from the Harmonic Balancer. But before doing that, since this car is automatic transmission, I bought a tool so I can make sure that the flywheel doesn't spin or the engine doesn't spin. So for that, I will have to remove the starter. For that, I have to remove the exhaust. So let's do that right now. So once I do that, I'll be ready to start bottling with that bolt. Alright guys, I dropped the muffler. Is out. These 3 bolts were holding it, and there's no need to take out the sensors. I'm ready to start unbolting the starter. So for that, I'm just checking in. I want to make sure that I record everything the way it is, just in case I need some reference. All right. All right. Flywheel's right there. I just need to put the tool to hold the flywheel. Alright, so the flywheel holder is installed. I'm ready to go to the next step, which is starting bolting the Harmonic Balancer. All you have to do to put that tool is kind of messed up, but you have to do it if it's automatic. If it's manual transmission, you just put it in 6th gear or 5th gear. Way easier. I bought this manual torch. Cost me like $17. And I bought it because it's supposed to heat up the bolt first. And then I'm gonna try to get it loose with my 24 volts Cobalt. We'll see what happens. Alright guys, I just got back from Lowe's because I was looking for a specific socket, but I couldn't find it. This bolt is glued in the crankshaft, so I couldn't do it. I already tried with my power tools, and I just can't. So I want to give a big shout out. I don't know if that's a word to say. I want to say thanks to Greg that he actually let me use his breaker bar. So big shout outs to Greg. So let me try and see if it works. Try it again. Oh man. Let me hit the bolt and see if I can actually do it again. I think it's coming out. Please come out. Please. It's coming out. All right, let me take that thing out. Finally. Use Harmonic Balancer puller kit. As I was telling you, I bought it on Amazon. It cost me like $30. Whole Harmonic Balancer, it's out. So I'm ready to remove the seal. With that, I'm going to use this seal puller. All right, seal is out. I need to clean that up, and then I'm gonna replace the new seal. So now I'm going to cook this to 250 degrees for about 20 minutes, and it should be done.
2 hours later.
I already measured the little gap between that little lip right there. I already torqued it to 240 foot-pounds with the old bolts. I'm ready to put the new bolt. Is 37 foot-pounds, and then I'll use this to measure 140 degrees. Alright guys, so I already installed the Harmonic Balancer and the belt, the AC belt, and the little belt tensioner right there. I'm gonna start the car just to make sure that the noise wasn't coming from the AC compressor bearing. So everything's installed right now. Well, not everything, but just the AC compressor to the Harmonic Balancer. I'm gonna start the car and see if it's still making noise. Wish me luck. I haven't installed the alternator or nothing, but I'm charging the battery with my battery charger. Let's see if it makes the noise. Hopefully it won't. Alright, here we go. No noise at all. However, this thing still wobbling, but I made sure that everything was well done. But it's not making any noise. Let me know in the comments, guys. Doesn't sound anything. Doesn't make any noise. But it's still wobbling, and I already tied that bolt the way it's supposed to be. 240 foot-pounds with the old bolt. Then after that, put the new bolt with red lock tight, and I had to tighten that to 37 foot-pounds and then 140 degrees. It's not making noise. I already installed the exhaust also. That thing was a kind of pain in the ass. Alright, let me put this thing back and I'll be right back. Good news, it's been like 2 weeks that I've been using the car. Everything came out the way that I was expecting. No noise. I wanted to test it first just to make sure that the car was going to be without any issues after installing the Harmonic Balancer. That there wasn't going to be any noise, that there wasn't going to be any oil leaks or nothing. I already put like 300 miles on it and everything's working fine. No noise whatsoever. Also, I replaced all the belts, AC belt, tensioners, and that has a lot to do. But I was more afraid that it was going to be leaking from the Harmonic Balancer, or that it was going to get loose or something like that. But I really accelerate this thing the way it's supposed to be. Not the way that I drive, but you know, I had to test it. So yeah, I went to the freeway and you know, I kind of accelerated. Yeah, I hope that you liked the video. It wasn't as hard as I expected, but you really need to have a little knowledge to do this kind of job. Not that I'm saying that I know it all, but I can tell you that the videos from Froggy, they're gonna really help you if you have this Corvette. So I hope that you all like the video. Right now I'm heading to Best Buy because for my next video I'm actually gonna need a GoPro, and it's gonna be fun. I hope that you stay tuned. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I really appreciate all the kind words that all of you have sent me, and I appreciate your time. I will see you on my next video. Stay tuned. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time. No noise. Woo!